Hello, this is Eric from 8349A.
And this is Spencer from 8349A.
And this is our State Vec spin-up robot. Starting with the wheelbase, it's a pretty generic 360 RPM on 6-motor drive. The motors are in 2 on the bottom, 1 up top, and it's a pretty generic wheelbase. Going up to the intake, this is what we call a P-shape intake because the discs follow a P-shape. You can see they go up and over the flywheel. And we chose this design because it lets the disc sit lower to the ground, which allows for a match loader, while still allowing the disc to sit super close to the flywheel.
As you can see, the match loader works pretty well. I mean, it's pretty basic. It's just, match loader. And so that leads me to the indexer. So as you can see, it's just a conveyor, which is pretty uncommon as we've seen. Well, I don't think we've seen another one on another robot this year, but as you can see, it just, turns with the intake, and it's ratcheted. So when the robot outtakes, it moves, as you can see there. And then for the flywheel, we just have generic 3600 direct with like the custom laser cut cartridges. And then we have, let's see, the end game. We just have the one piston that controls 6 strings, and the piston just lifts this bar up. And then these, the rubber bands attach here, it goes. We changed this indexer like 3 times. We had rollers that didn't work because the angle was too steep. Then we tried a puncher, which also didn't work. So then we went back to this design, which we've used for several different robots that we've had. We have armor here to protect this sprocket when we're like slamming into rollers because the actual chain links have broken so many times. Then we also have this wedge here that is a 5x25 aluminum plate that's just covered with Lexan to make it smoother so people like slide up on it. And then we extended it up here because we had a match where someone got caught on like the edge of like the metal because this plastic wasn't here before that extended up, and they almost DQ'd us for pinning because we had a wedge. But and then like pneumatics, like I said, we only have 1 tank, 1 piston. We don't really use it for anything else because we have motor indexer. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as like structure and building stuff goes. We have several sensors on our robot too.
So sensor-wise, there is a single tracking wheel, which is used for just basic PID. There's 2 IMUs, there's 2 to average the values out and create a more consistent value. It's like a filter, but more mechanical. And then there's an optical and vision sensor right next to each other. The optical sensor is for rollers and the flashlight, and the vision sensor is for auto aiming with the goals.
And then we also have this line tracker down here that basically just detects when a disc leaves, so it helps with the triple shot macro. And although it is a conveyor, the triple shot actually is pretty decent. If you see here, when you turn, this isn't one of the places where it shoots from, but it's pretty quick, so yeah, the indexer works pretty well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for our robot, and good luck at Worlds.